delay. Proverbs chapter 3. My son, do not forget my teaching, but keep my commands in your heart. For they will prolong your life many years and bring you prosperity. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline, and do not resent his rebuke, because the Lord disciplines those he loves, as a father the son he delights in. Blessed is the man who finds wisdom, the man who gains understanding, for she is more profitable than silver, and yields better returns than gold. She is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in her right hand, and her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are pleasant ways, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who embrace her. Those who lay hold of her will be blessed. By wisdom the Lord laid the earth's foundations. By understanding he set the heavens in place. By his knowledge the deeps were divided, and the clouds let drop the dew. My son, preserve sound judgment and discernment. Do not let them out of your sight. They will be life for you, an ornament to grace your neck. Then you will go on your way in safety, and your foot will not stumble. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Have no fear of sudden disaster or of the ruin that overtakes the wicked. For the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from being snared. Do not withhold good from those who deserve it when it is in your power to act. Do not say to your neighbor, "Come back later, I'll give it tomorrow," when you now have it with you. Do not plot harm against your neighbor, who lives trustfully near you. Do not accuse a man for no reason when he has done you no harm. Do not envy a violent man or choose any of his ways. For the Lord detests a perverse man, but takes the upright into his confidence. The Lord's curse is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the righteous. He mocks proud mockers, but gives grace to the humble. The wise inherit honor, but fools he holds up to shame. This is Proverbs chapter 3. Today is January the 3rd of 2022. This is only the second live video I have ever recorded. The other live video, the first one I ever did, was just a few moments ago, and it was from Psalm 3. And I'm always open to trying to see parallels and connections when I'm reading the scripture. And I'm sorry, it was Psalm chapter 4 that I read earlier. And I couldn't help but notice, and you may have seen me smile while I was reading. In Proverbs chapter 3 that we just got finished with, there was a verse that alluded to a sweet sleep, which was Proverbs chapter 3, verse 24. And this, you sleep sweetly in this case when you've preserved sound judgment and discernment, which means that you will go on your way in safety, and when you lie down, you will not be afraid, and when you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. It's Proverbs 3, starting with verse 21 and going down to 24. where we go to Psalm 4, which I read just a few minutes ago and published in a separate live video, but which in real time on my end I read just a few minutes ago. There's Psalm chapter 4, verse 8. I will lie down and sleep in peace, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. So, anyway, that's a connection, and I would call it out. Proverbs 3 and Psalm 4 both have verses that that speak about being able to sleep peacefully. And to that end, there are other scriptures that deal with this topic. And if you are unable to sleep peacefully, maybe this is a good place to start with Proverbs chapter 3 and studying it, and going to Psalm chapter 4, and then searching the scriptures in other places. And if you need help with that, or you would like for me to spend some more time on that, to the extent of my ability to do so, I will. Just drop me a comment in the comments below the video, and I will, to the best of my ability, try to come back to you with some resources for sleeping peacefully and being able to rest. Not that I'm a guru on it, but I will be happy to help you if I can. I have in the past drawn a connection. I sort of sketched through my Bible as I've read it over the past years. You can see the pencil marking in there. And whenever I see a connection from one verse to another, again, forming the connections helps us to remember things. That's a great mnemonic tool when we see things that connect. And what we're going to see when we read Proverbs chapter 4 next is that Proverbs chapter 4, verse 18 is connected to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 17. We just read 3, and Proverbs 3, verse 17, speaking of wisdom, it says, her ways are pleasant ways, and all her paths are peace. Who does not want to walk in a path that is pleasant? Proverbs chapter 4, verses 18 says, the path of the righteous is like the first gleam of dawn, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. And that sounds like a pleasant path. The first gleam of dawn. And for those who have ever stood duty, or who have waited and waited and waited for the night to be over, the sunrise is encouraging to us humans, or can be, in a way that it can invigorate us and give us life. And so, in any case, I drew a connection between those two verses, and also to yeah. All right, so I'm going to stop right there, and again, please pardon me if I ramble a bit. This is only the second time I've gone live, and I will see you next time, and I thank you for joining me.